Good afternoon, students. So, we'll start with chapter 7. Chapter 7, Civics, the Police, and the Courts. So, we have already discussed about the courts. What is the functioning of courts? Now, we were talking about uh, the functions of police. So, the function of police station has also been taught, and now we will discuss about the police, the role of police, how they investigate. Okay, the role of police in investigation. So, we will discuss about the role of police in investigation. So, as we know that, the police has a very important role in investigating the crime. Okay, so in that, we also discussed that 5 to 10 police stations together make a police circle, right? And the in charge of the police station is SHO, or the inspector, uh, and the in charge of police circle is actually the DSP, deputy superintendent of police. And after that, if this all comes under the superintendent of police. Okay, so superintendent of police is the person on the district level who is going to take care of this maintaining law and order. He is the highest officer in charge to look into this matter, right? This all we discussed already in the previous classes. Now the thing is, what is the role of police? So what basically police do? They investigate any complaint about the commission of a crime. So they actually investigate if there is any commission of a crime. Okay, if any complaint has been registered regarding any of the crime, they need to investigate that crime, right? That is the role of the police. Now, how do they do this work? What is the procedure, right? So in that, what they do, they record the statement. Now, whose statement will be recorded? Whom do you think whose statements are going to be recorded? Now, the state, like, any crime has happened. Now, who has gone through that crime, who has suffered because of that crime, that person's statement will be taken. The suppose someone has seen, someone is the witness for that crime, so their statement will be taken. So like that, if you see, the person who is actually related with this crime, their statement will be taken, their statement will be recorded. That is the work of the police. So if suppose any crime happened, suppose there is any robbery happened at some home, so what will be done? The police will go there, someone will go and tell police, no, or call them that this house has been robbed, right? Like that, complaint will be given to the police. Now the police will come, they will see what happened, they will go through the place, they will see what happened, what are the things taken, right? Now they will ask to every person at home, they actually suffered because of that robbery, so they will take the statement of every person, where were you, what this person was doing, what that person was doing, like that they will take their statement. Now they will ask to the neighbor also, right? They will ask to the neighbors also that have you seen any person going in or going out, or any person who is being following this house from some time. So like that, they will investigate, they will take the statement of the people who are actually related to that crime, right? Now, so their first thing which they are going to do is record the statement. They are going to record the statement. Okay. Now, collecting different kind of evidence. Collecting evidences. Suppose any murder has been done, someone has been murdered. So in that case, what will be done? Police will go, if knife is there or gun bullet is there, anything whatever is there, what they will do, they will take that. No, you would have seen in the movies or cinemas, right? So if there is any crime, the police go there, they collect all the evidence. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this thing happens, right? So they record the statement of the people who are actually related with the crime. They also collect the evidence, right? Whatever they see at the place, that all. If suppose you would have seen in the CID or you would have seen in the crime patrol that the sometimes they take the fingerprints on the glass, right? So that kind of thing they observe, and they take all different kind of evidences, okay, for investigating. Okay, now after that, what happens? Once they got the statement, okay, once they got the statement, they collected the evidence, then after that they will observe all these, they will go through that, okay, and they will find some conclusion, they will connect the things, and they will go for some opinion, or they will go for some conclusion, right? And after that they will make opinion. Okay, fine, that person has done this robbery, right? Someone told that yes, the I saw these two three peoples every time they were coming and they're watching the home, right? They were just going round and round, and they were again and again they were coming and watching this home, and after that only this robbery happened. Then the police will ask them how those people used to look, right? So like that they will ask for the sketch and all. So like that they will collect the evidence with the statement, record the statement, they will collect the evidence, and after that they will form an opinion, right? Where once they got the sketch of the person, they will understand, they will make opinion, yes, this person has done that crime, right? Once they form crime, once they form an opinion about the crime, and their next work is to act according to that opinion. Okay, next thing is to act according to this opinion, whatever they formed. So in that case, suppose robbery two three people has done that robbery, right? Now the sketch has been made. Now the people got the police got the sketch. Okay, this is the person who has done the robbery, right? Now they, what will be their next step? Opinion they have formed that this person has done the crime as per the evidence or statement. But what will be their next step? They have to act as per the opinion, no? So basically their act will be, what they are going to do is they are going to catch that robber, right? They will go and catch that robber, no? So they will catch that robber, and once, so they will they formed opinion, yes, this person has done this robbery, I have the sketch. They will send the sketch to all over the police stations. So every, like this, they will start searching for that person, right? Shivani has told they will search for that person, that is very true. So they will search for that person, they will catch that person, right? So this is actually the, actually acting as per the opinion, right? First they formed the opinion, they connected everything, they came to the conclusion, and after that they acted as per that. Okay, now what happens after this? What will be done? So after this, the police has to do the interrogation. They will interrogate, right? They will interrogate that person. Okay, so interrogation is actually questioning the people. Okay, questioning the accused. That is basically the interrogation, right? So what they do, they ask that person, have you done this crime? How you have planned for this? How you did this? So all these questions, they will ask to the accused, they will ask to that person who has done the crime and who they have catched, as per the opinion. So they will ask everything, how you planned this thing, who helped you, how you got this thing, how you did that thing. So everything they will ask to that person. Now what happens many times, suppose what happens many times, the people will not accept what they have done, especially this thief and robbers. Will they accept that, yes, I have done the crime? Sometimes they do not accept, right? In that case, they have to take their statement, right? They have to interrogate and they have to take their statement. Now in this case, if you see, um, the arrested person also has some rights. As per our constitution, the arrested person also has some rights. But if this is a robber or this is a criminal having the person which is having a criminal background, that those type of people do not accept easily, no? You would have seen in the movies or cinemas that these persons do not accept. So what police do with them? They beat, right? And they give some time of some kind of torture and all, and they the person will again after that they will accept, yes, I have done like this, I have done these things. But when we go through our constitution has told, as per our constitution, the arrested person has some rights. Okay, so that will go ahead, that we will discuss. But first we will discuss the role of the police. So once the person, they interrogated the person, and after that what they will do, as per their opinion and the act they have done, according to that they will uh, prepare a charge sheet. They will file a charge sheet. Okay, they will file a charge sheet. Now where they will file a charge sheet? So this charge sheet will be filed in the court. Okay, so this charge sheet will be filed in the court. Now see, suppose police has arrested that robber, so can he give punishment to the robber there only? Do they have right to give the punishment instantly, instant punishment, immediate punishment? No. So Shivani is saying no. Yes, this is very true that the police can investigate, they can make opinion, they can do whatever is there in their role, but they cannot give punishment. Okay, they cannot give the decision. So whatever punishment is there, that will be given finally by the court. Understood? They can do whatever is required, whatever role they have, they can investigate, they can do whatever is in their role, but they cannot give punishment. It is not like that a murderer came, they found that yes, this person has done murder, and they will arrest that person once that person declared yes, or accepted yes, I have done this murder. After that police will go and shoot that person, right? You have murdered someone, so we will shoot you. It is not like that. Okay, they cannot give any kind of punishment to the person. They have to file the charge sheet to the court. Now court is going to decide what will be done with that person. Is that person really criminal or not? That depends on the court's verdict. Okay, the verdict of the court will decide that the punishment, the person whom the police has brought as the accused, that person is actually criminal or not, has done crime or not, that all will depend on the uh, decision of court. Court can only decide that. Till that time, till the decision of the time, that accused person is only a suspect, that he is not criminal. Okay, only he is the suspect. Understood? So this is the thing. This is the role of the police. Now, till here, any question, anyone? The role of the police, have you understood, or do you have any question in any of the part till now? You can ask if you have any confusion in this. Okay. So we discussed that what police is going to do, what police will do if a case is there in front of them. Okay. Now, the thing is, police is has also, like everyone, whoever is there in the country, they have to work according to the rule of law, right? And what is this rule of law? This is basically the law which is mentioned in our constitution. That is actually the law. Okay. And everyone has to go according to the law which is mentioned in the constitution. The same way, police is also bound to follow the constitution. Okay. They cannot go beyond the constitution. Whatever laws are mentioned in the constitution, the police has to follow that. Okay, they have to work according to that. Now, what is this? The police investigations always have to be conducted in the accordance with law and with full respect for human rights. So when they are dealing with any kind of crime and any kind of suspect, they have to keep in mind that they have to work according to the law of land or constitution or the human rights. They cannot violate the rules of the human rights. Okay, so the person whom they are arresting, they also have some kind of right. It doesn't mean that they have arrested a suspect in the, like, accused for a murder case, and they will just shoot that person. They cannot do that. Or they have suppose some they have arrested a boy who is actually doing who is actually a thief. Okay, so they cannot beat that person, or they cannot just punish that person for some small crime. They cannot do that. Okay, but suppose this is according to the constitution, but there are many things which should be decided on the real time. At that time, suppose they went to catch a criminal. Okay, they went to catch a criminal. Now that person, the criminal, that person is actually firing on the police. At that time, do you think the police will sit and think, oh, in constitution it is written that we cannot punish the criminals, so we will not do anything, we cannot shoot them, right? So in that scenario, we should wait when his bullet will be um, uh, exhausted. Do you think it is like that? No. If the criminal, if they are going and catching some criminal, that person is attacking on the police. In that case, police has to take action, right? So in that case, they can take action. So it depends on the real time scenario. But in general, if you go, the constitution has given some right to the arrested people, but it depends on the behavior. It doesn't mean it is written in the constitution, so police will come to arrest me and I will just shoot that shoot I will start shooting to police, I will start firing on the police, right? In that case, police is not going to leave you like that. They will also fire in return, right? They will also shoot you in return. So in that scenario, that is exception. That depends on the real time situation. We have seen this kind of scenario recently. We have seen this kind of scenario, right? Many of you would be uh, must be knowing about that. I'm not going to take name, but you would be knowing about that. Recently some that kind of incident happened. Okay, so basically the conclusion is the police also has to work according to the law of the land, which is constitution. They cannot just um, do whatever they want. They cannot just punish arrest anyone and they cannot punish that person. Okay, it is not like that. Now, some of the guidelines has been laid down by the Supreme Court. Okay, in that it is written that police must follow at the time of arrest, detention, and interrogation. Detention is basically suspecting as crime and like arrest, keeping in the jail. Okay, that is detention. Okay, so there are guidelines by the Supreme Court. According to that, what should be done by the police at the time of arrest, at the time of detention, or at the time of interrogation. Everything has been mentioned in that guideline. Okay. Now, in that, it is clearly written in that Supreme Court's guidelines, it is written that the police are not allowed to torture or beat or shoot anyone during investigation. Okay? They cannot inflict any form of punishment on a person even for petty offenses. Petty offenses means small offenses, small crimes like theft and all. Okay, small amount of theft and all. So that is basically the petty offenses. So the police cannot torture, beat, or shoot a person during investigation. Now I was telling you about the robbers. So basically what happens when these people, the robbers and all, they do not accept the crime no easily. You would have seen in the movies or crime patrol, they do not accept that I have done this crime. Simply people do not accept the crime which they have done. So in that case, the police just cannot put out the revolver and they cannot shoot that person, that he is not telling me what he has done, he is not accepting the crime, so I will shoot that, or they will beat or they will torture that. It should not be done by the police. Okay, so this is as per the Supreme Court's guideline. Now I have given the exception also that if police is going to catch a criminal and that criminal is firing upon the police, in that case police will take the action. It doesn't means that the guideline is telling that police will risk their life, right? If the criminal is firing upon the police will obviously do as per the need. Okay, so this is the guideline basically for the people. Sometimes the cases have been seen that many the suspect who was actually not the criminal and he has got a lot of punishment, right? That kind of people are also there. So the rules which are being made, that is made according to all, keeping whole scenario in mind, right? Not only criminals, there are many crimes in that the common people also who are actually not, who has actually not done crime, but he was a suspect or she was a suspect, but he has been tortured or that kind of punishment has been given so many times. But suppose a person is there and he has not committed the crime, but in the interrogation he has got a severe punishment. Okay, the police has bitten that person and now he has got severe hand has been broken or leg has been broken. In that case, when police will come to know that that person is actually not the criminal, in that case can in the police can return his hand or his leg? Is it possible for them? It is not possible. Once he lost his body part, it will be not possible for police to return that after knowing that he is not criminal. So every situation, every scenario, keeping in mind these rules are being made, okay, so that no innocent should be punished. Okay, so these things also has been kept in mind and these guidelines has been issued. But the thing is, the criminals who will try to take the advantage of these guidelines, it is not possible for them to take. If they are firing, obviously the police will do the needful. Okay, now there are some DK Basu guidelines. Basically, we will discuss the DK Basu guidelines in next class because that is a little bit long topic, which I don't think it is possible to explain in this class. Okay, so there is DK Basu guideline, which is basically given in your book also. So you just read the chapter. Okay, read the chapter so that you will have some kind of information. And this DK Basu guideline will continue in the next class. Today, I want to tell you that you would have heard about FIR. You would have heard about FIR. That FIR should be filed. For any case, FIR should be filed. So basically, what is this FIR which should be filed? So this FIR is the first information report. This is first information report. Now, for any crime, this FIR needs to be filed. Where it will be filed? So it will be filed in the police station. I already explained there is, the area is divided, right? So I already explained that the crime is taking place in whatever area, in that specific area only the FIR should be filed. Like, excuse me, the suppose the crime happened in the Surajgada, so the FIR will be filed in Surajgada only. Okay, like that I explained. This FIR is basically the first information report. Now, this will be filed in police station in the area, in the police station of the area where it happened, the crime happened. Now, second thing, who will file this first information report? So this will be filed with the by the aggrieved person or any other person. So in that, the aggrieved person means, the aggrieved person means the person who has been basically treated unfair, who is basically the victim. Okay, that person can file the FIR, or any other person. Like suppose anyone has seen that this crime has happened, or anyone is aware that this crime has happened, they can go and file the FIR. Okay, it is not necessary that something happened with me, so I will only go and file the FIR. I can file the FIR, but suppose someone else who has seen the crime happened, or who is aware that this crime has been happened, they can also file the FIR. Okay. Now, the person who has filed the FIR, the aggrieved person or any other person who filed the FIR, they need to go and they need to tell the events correctly. Whatever happened, that they need to tell to the police. Now, after this, police will start the investigation. Okay. On the basis of this FIR only, the police will start the investigation. So, any question in FIR? Is there any question in FIR? FIR is the first information report, and with the name only you can understand this is the first information for the crime which happened. This will be given either by the aggrieved person, the person basically who has been treated unfairly, the person who has faced the crime, that person, or any other person can give can file the FIR who is aware about the crime, and they need to actually tell the events correctly to the police, and they will file the FIR, and after that investigation will be started. Okay. So any question in this? Now, how to file the FIR and what should we do in case of refusal? Okay. In case of refusal, what should we do? These all topics we will discuss in our next class. So next class is also very important. So be present, because these all topics are very important. Okay. These all you must know. It is not only for reading purpose, it is also the general awareness a person should have. The general information a person should have. Okay. So any question related to the topic which we gone through today? Okay, fine then. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you everyone.